The education system nationally has moved away from actually teaching things like reading, writing, arithmetic, science,
Mm-hmm.
etc., history, American history and institutions, the history of Western civilization, which, like it or not, the United States is an offshoot of Western civilization, and to understand how we became what we became and what our forefathers are, talking white America, African Americans didn't have much of a choice on coming here. But this is important, and to understand how and why the United States was created, why we have the three branches of government, what the Constitution says, what the Bill of Rights says, how we are derived from and different from the European parliamentary system. And all of that has been thrown on the trash heap because it's not gender sensitive. The history of dead white people, and what does that concern us? So we have literally thrown the baby out with the bathwater. I had dinner with a very senior and very successful African American who has spent time in the Detroit public school system, and I delivered many of the same remarks at a meeting last night. He came up to me afterwards and he said, "You know, what you've said about this school system, based on my personal observation, is not only 100% correct, but if anything, you have understated how bad it is." And a system like that, many responsible educators agree, needs to be torn up. And I hate to say it, but the American Federation of Teachers and the National Education Association, primary contributors to the Democratic Party, along with the American Trial Lawyers Association, these people have got to be disenfranchised, which is why the teachers' unions are fighting change tooth and
Yeah.
nail. Now, once again, I'm not saying that all unionized teachers are bad. I'm sure there are many, many, many dedicated, hardworking teachers who do all they can to teach the kids the right thing. But even their curriculum is highly
Mm-hmm.
politicized. They're taught, they're handed out textbooks like Esther Has Two Mommies. Well, okay, that helps you understand that some women are lesbians, and we should all be tolerant of that. But it doesn't beat learning to read and
All
write.
right.
And the same thing with global warming. You know, what used to be science is now indoctrination into the evils of global warming, et cetera, et cetera. This is bad stuff. And with every international survey, year after year, the United States drops farther to
Yep.
the bottom. And again, this wouldn't be so bad because we can always bring people in from Europe for sensitive jobs. Look at the automobile industry when it comes to specialists in thermodynamics and these esoteric, largely math based specialty fields. You can't get Americans. So the jobs are all filled by mainland Chinese, Indians, Pakistanis, countries that still have a sound, fact based, math based education system with a lot of rigor, a lot of studying, a lot of memorizing, a lot of homework, a lot less fun, a lot less social activity than the American K through 12 system, but it produces a superior result. And again, I'd say, well, that's okay, that's fine, as long as we can import the Chinese and the Indians and so forth. Who cares? Well, I do care because American kids are being shortchanged and sold down the river. And again, this unfair, union dominated, monopolistic education system hurts the very people it's supposed to help. And that is the lower middle
Yeah.
class and lower class, primarily African American minorities.